Good afternoon, students. So, we are discussing about the chapter Animal Kingdom. In Animal Kingdom, still for so far, we have discussed about phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Ctenophora, phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Aschelminthes, phylum Annelida, and phylum Arthropoda. These 7 phylums we have studied still for so far. And we have discussed about some basic levels of classification in the sense in this we have studied about the general characters for each phylum, like general characters for the Porifera, general characters for the Coelenterata, then Ctenophora, then Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, and Arthropoda. And here what we have studied in the sense from Porifera, whenever we came to the next phylums, that time we have discussed few new characters. In the sense, those characters are what we are going to call that as added into the organisms. In the sense, during the course of evolution, we are going to find the different organs. Organs are different systems, physiologies. So, in Porifera, we have studied the cellular level of organization. After that, Coelenterata and Ctenophora, we have studied about the tissue level of organization. And next we are studied organ system, organ level of organization. Then we are now recently we are studying the means we are studied about the organ system level of organization. So here from the Platyhelminthes, what else we are studying in the sense Platyhelminthes, the organisms which are coelomates. These are those are coelomates, diploplastic animals. Then when we went for the Aschelminthes, pseudocoelomates, and from Annelida onwards, all organisms are means coelomates. True body cavity is present ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಜನರಲ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಮೂರನೇ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ that is common. Okay. Now, so today we are going to discuss about the phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca. In phylum Mollusca, the general characters we are going to study. And what are the important points we are going to remember? Those points I am going to stress, and you are going to remember those points, and that is very important for when we are going to write the general characters of molluscans. Right, molluscans in the sense, generally I think you all have seen the snail which has the calcareous cell covering on its body. ಕನ್ನಡದಾಗ ನೀವೇನು ತಿರುಪಾತಂದಾಗ ಬಸವನ ಹುಳ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ಆ ಬಸವನ ಹುಳದ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನೀವು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ molluscans. Now here first point we are going to study about the phylum Mollusca. Already we are studying about the phylum Arthropoda. The phylum Arthropoda is the largest phylum within the animal kingdom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ದಾಗ ಬರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಯಾವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಆರ್ಥ್ರೋಪೋಡ. ಆನಂತರ ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಮೊಲುಸ್ಕಾ. Mollusca is the second largest phylum of a animal kingdom, and these molluscans are means their habitat here. These are terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ವಾಸಿಸ್ತವು, ಆನಂತರ ನೀರಿನಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಈ ಒಂದು molluscans ಸಿಗ್ತಾವು. And here aquatic in the sense marine as well as fresh water. पाण्यात राहणारे किंवा पाणी में रहने वाले or what fresh water or marine water in the sense what we are going to call that as a ಸಿಹಿ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾವ, ಆನಂತರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಉಪ್ಪು ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾವು. That's what the molluscans. These are terrestrial but aquatic, both marine and fresh water. If they are staying in aquatic, we are going to get them aquatic in the sense both the form of water, fresh water, as well as what we are going to call that one as a marine water. Now this is the third point. This is common in annelids also, this is common in arthropoda also, and this is common in now molluscans also. What is that in the sense organ system level of organization? ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಯಾಟ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟೂಡ್? or else you have to remember as easy as possible annelida onwards. ಇದೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic and coelomate organisms. You all know about the what is mean by coelomate and organisms or coelomate animals. The body, true body cavity, it is present between the body wall and gut wall. In the sense that is made up of a or it is made up of a true mesoderm. It is lined by the mesoderm. The definition is gurtati. Triploblastic atandaga. There are the three embryonic layer: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Bilateral symmetry in the sense if the organism is cut into means when the organism is cut, it is passing through the central axis in a single plane. That time it is going to give two equal walls. That is what we are going to call it bilateral symmetry. Organ system level of organization in the sense the different organs we are going to find which are going to perform the particular function. These all the definitions you all know, and this is the general common character we are going to found in Annelida, in Arthropoda, in Mollusca, in further also you can learn. Okay, so this character you used to write as easy as possible, and no, I think there is no difficulty to write this character. But these things you are not going to write, supposed to write in proper. In partnaga porifera selector na berengilla, adu bare. Okay, now next point. Body is covered by calcareous cell. I told you, basanola anta helidini nanu. Body is covered by the calcareous cell. ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಮುಚ್ಕೋತಿರೋದು ಯಾವ ಬರಡೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕೇರಿಯಸ್ ಸೆಲ್. Body is unsegmented. This is very important. Yesterday I told you Annelida onwards or a platyhelminthes ದಿಂದ ಏನು ಪಾತಂದಾಗ ಬಾಡಿ is segmented, metabolically segmented ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. But in these molluscans the exception is there. Body is unsegmented. Body it is not segmented, means internally or externally we are not going to find any segmentation in the sense of different parts. That's what this is the very important thing. The body is unsegmented. Body is unsegmented with a head. How? Yesterday we are studying about the body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen, where in case of arthropoda ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿನಿ. In case of arthropodaದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಲುಸ್ಕಾದಾಗ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ body is unsegmented. Their body is segmented. Here body is unsegmented and it is divided into head, muscular foot ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಬಸವನೊಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, muscular foot, head, muscular foot and visceral hump ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನ this is very important. one marks question ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ how the body of molluscans is going to divide. Body of molluscans is unsegmented with the head, muscular foot and visceral hump. In arthropoda ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ head, thorax and abdomen. Here head, muscular foot and visceral hump. This is very important point. Understood? And as I told, the Baswanwala noted Takshana ಅಥವಾ what snail, when you are going to look at the snail, that time you write one general character, body is covered by the calcareous cell. The body is unsegmented, it is divided into head, muscular foot and visceral hump. This is very important. And now here, above the visceral hump, here I written mantle. This is mantle, it is a part in the sense what is meant by mantle? Mantle, it is a soft and spongy layer of skin. And these characters, when we are going to look at the specimen or you are going to start handling the specimen, that time it is easy to you people remembering such general characters. And I used to show you when you used to come for the practicals ಬಂದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಮನ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಇದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಏನ? ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ what? It is a soft and spongy layer of skin over the hump. Which hump? Visceral hump. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾನು? Body is divided into head, muscular foot ಆಮೇಲೆ visceral hump. visceral hump ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ visceral hump के ऊपर visceral hump च्यावर soft and spongy layer of skin. soft ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಇದು ಸ್ಪಾಂಜಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಪೋರಿಫೆರಲ್ ಸ್ಪಾಂಜಸ್ ಕಲ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಪದರ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ ಪದರ ಒಂದು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ spongy layer of skin over the visceral hump. That is what mantle. Mantle is nothing but what? Mantle is nothing but soft and spongy layer of skin over the hump is called as mantle, and this mantle is present in a molluscans. In between mantle and visceral hump, the space between the mantle and hump is called as mantle cavity. What is the mantle cavity? Is it mantle cavity electric path andaga mantle ಮತ್ತು visceral hump ಇದರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಒಂದು ಏನಿರತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, this is the mantle, this is the visceral hump. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಾಗ ಬರೋದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ that is what we are going to call it as a mantle cavity. And in that mantle cavity you are going to get feather like gills, GILLS gills. Feather like gills in the sense, I think you are familiar about the word feather. Feather ಅಂತಂದಾಗೇನ ರೆಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, feather like gills ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ feather like gills you are going to find, and these gills are plays an important role in respiration and excretion. Respiration and excretion. This is also very important question for 1 marks. Name the respiratory and excretory organ present in mollusca. Respiratory and excretory organ present in mollusca, or else the question is going to ask in such a way that how for with which the molluscans are going to respire or excrete, means perform the excretory expiation with the help of what? Gills, the figure like gills. And where they are present? The figure like gills are present in between the mantle and visceral hump. That is what we are going to call as a mantle cavity. This is very important character regarding the mollusca. Next one is anterior head region has sensory tentacles. Anterior head region. I told you already what we are going to call that one as a sides of a organism. One is anterior, posterior, dorsal, ventral. Here anterior in the sense and the head region. In molluscans we are going to find sensory tentacles. Sensory tentacles are there. Sensory tentacles in the sense what? Tentacles in the sense what we are going to call that as a the long thread-like structures, and they are sensory in nature in the sense they have the receptors for the stimuli. They are having the receptor for the stimuli. They used to sense or they are going to respond to the external stimuli. That is what we are going to call them as a sensory tentacles are present at anterior head region. Anterior head region sensory tentacles iruthavu. Next one is mouth containing a file-like rasping organs. Mouth iruthaiti. Mouth containing a file-like rasping organs for feeding called as radula. This is very important. One last question. So many times this is asked for the final exam. What is radula? Okay, or else what is mantle? Mantle is nothing but soft and spongy layer of a skin over the hump. That is also important. What is meant by radula in the sense in molluscans? Mouth containing a file-like rasping organ. Mouth containing a file-like rasping organs for feeding called as radula. Called as radula. And next point is all are dioecious in the sense what? Sexes are separated, oviparous, egg-laying animals, and development is indirect. Development is indirect in the sense larval stage is present. Example here: phyla, apple snail, sepia, cuttlefish, octopus, devilfish. Okay, so many times in competitive exam the question is asked in such a way that which of the following is not a fish? Which of the following is not a fish, or which of the following example is not come under the class or a superclass spices? Come under the superclass spices. Superclass spices ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ all are come under the codice. Okay, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ fish ಬರ್ತವೆ. Okay. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಫಿಶ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಶ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಡೆವಿಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಡೆವಿಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಫಿಶ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಮೊಲುಸ್ಕನ್. ಯಾವ್ದ ಆಕ್ಟೋಪಸ್ ಹೆಸರು ಫಿಶ್ ಐತಿ, ಅದ ಆಕ್ಟೋಪಸ್ ಐತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ನಂತರ ಕೆಟಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಸಿಪಿಯಾ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಫಿಶ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ as a mollusca. Understood? So ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಡೆವಿಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಫಿಶ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮೊಲುಸ್ಕಾ. ಅವರ್ ಕೆಟಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಫಿಶ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಮೊಲುಸ್ಕಾ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು CET ಮತ್ತು ನೀಟ್ನ್ಯಾಗ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತಾವಪ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನಾಗ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಓಕೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಪೈಸಸ್. ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಪೈಸಸ್ನಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಿಶ್ ಬರ್ತಾವೆ, ಫಿಶ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಡೆವಿಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಫಿಶ್. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಥರದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ದಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೊಲುಸ್ಕನ್ಸ್. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ so far we are studied general character of molluscans ದಾಗ as easy as possible you are going to remember, and you all are familiar with one of the most ಏನಂದಾಗ ಕಾಮನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟೋಪಸ್. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಆಕ್ಟೋಪಸ್. ಆಕ್ಟೋಪಸ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಕೂಡ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದಾಗ ಟಿ ವಿ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಯು ಸೀನ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಟಿವಿ ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಇದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಪ್ ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ಅದು ಆಗ ಆಕ್ಟೋಪಸ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಸೆಪಿಯಾ, ಪೈಲಾ, ಆಕ್ಟೋಪಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರ್. They are given in your book. You go through those what we are going to call that as an example. These examples are very very important as a point of your CET and NEET. Okay, I am means repeatedly telling you people from this what animal kingdom the questions are going to arise in a NEET and CET mostly based on these examples. Based on these examples, and afterwards like this radula, then mantle. Okay, what we are going to call it as a feather-like hairs which are present in a mantle cavity. Such things you are going to remember. You are not supposed to be getting marks only. The marks used to come. ನೀವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ CET ಮತ್ತು NEET ಮಾಡೋರು ಇದ್ರೆ from beginning only you used to concentrate on such what examples, common name and their what scientific name, and these definitions like what we are going to call that as a radula, mantle and all. These all are very important for your competitive exams as well as for 1 marks question. So this is regarding what the phylum Mollusca which we are studying in today's class in Mollusca. Okay. Okay, now next phylum we are going to study, that is what Echinodermata. Still also we are studying about the general characters of Mollusca. Now we are going to study about the general characters of Echinoderms. Echinodermata is in the sense endoskeletal system of calcareous ossicles. Endoskeleton, it is made up of a calcareous ossicles, hence they are called as a echinoderms. And here we are going to remember the example is starfish. So we are going to remember the example is starfish like this. Okay, then I used to show you the specimen also. Here I am going to start with the general characters of this particular what we are going to call it as a echinoderms. Here I told you from the what annelids, the general characters are one important character in common agriculture. All are diploblastic, all are coelomates, all are what we are going to call that as a organ system level of organization. Bilateral symmetrical ಬರ್ಕೋತ ಬಂದಿರಿ. Here exception ಏನೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ you are going to write common diploblastic, coelomates and organ system level of organization echinoderms. But the thing is here in echinoderms the adult shows the radial symmetry. Echinoderms shows both the bilateral and radial symmetry. This is very important factor regarding the echinodermata. In the sense, in echinoderms, you are going to find both the radial and bilateral symmetry. radial and bilateral symmetry. Here, adult in the sense mature, which are what we are going to call that as sexually matured adult organisms. Those are shows the radial symmetry, but the larval stage in the sense indirect development the larval stage larval stage shows the bilateral symmetry. This is very important thing. This is very important thing regarding echinodermata. With respect to the concept of symmetry. When we are going to talk about the symmetry regarding echinoderms, that time you are going to tell the adult shows the radial symmetry and larval stage shows the bilateral symmetry. This is very important thing regarding the echinoderms with the concept regarding symmetry. Next, common retroblastic coelomates, organ system level of organization. Here the digestive system in the sense digestion, it is completed with the mouth to the anus. This is important thing. Then the important character of echinoderm is water vascular system. This is very important. One marks question water vascular system. In porifera, what we were studied in the sense water canal system water canal system andre ostia, sphingocele and ossiculum ante kaltiddu ನಾವು. But here in echinoderm the important character of echinoderm is water vascular system, presence of water vascular system, and here I drawn the water vascular system like this. Water vascular system adandaga when you are going to look at the starfish, that time you are going to find one opening, okay, and that opening has inside the pipe, and that pipe goes all the arms of the starfish, and through that the water is entered into its body, and the opening, that opening we are going to call that one as what? Madreporoid. That is what we are going to call as a madreporoid. In the sense, the water vascular system is very important system which is present in echinoderms, and that water vascular system is helpful for what else? See, locomotion. The water vascular system, with the water vascular system only they are going to locomote, capture and transfer the food, capturing the food in the sense prey and transfer the food to the different parts of the body, and respiration. These all the three physiological functions are take place with the help of what we are going to call the water vascular system. One is the locomotion, capturing and transferring the food, and respiration which is take place through the water vascular system, and that water vascular system is very important. And here we used to get two feet. These are the what we are going to call as the locomotor organs which are found in echinoderms. Those are helpful for what we are going to call that as the locomotion. Now next one is excretory system is absent here. Excretory system is not there, and these all the organisms are dioecious. Dioecious in the sense sexes are separated. Sexual reproduction is going to take place. Next one is fertilization is external in the sense outside the body of an organism, and development is indirect development we are going to find in echinoderms, and that is presence of free swimming larva. And examples are come in this, that is what asteris in the sense starfish. The common name is starfish, but it is not a fish, it is come under the echinodermata. ಈ ಮೊದಲು ನಾವು ಎರಡು ಫಿಶ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಯಾವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ and devil fish, those come under the mollusca. Here we are studying the starfish, that is come under the echinoderms, but these are not fishes. These are not come under the chordates, or these are not come under the superclass Chrysis. Understood? This is very important. You are going to remember these things. Now next one is what we are going to call as a sea cucumber. Used to come in this phylum. Example, Ophidia brittle star. Brittle star used to come the example for this in this phylum echinodermata. So you go through those examples. Remember this repeatedly. I am telling you people what you used to do, and what is the homework for you people in the sense you used to remember whatever the examples they are given in your what NCERT book regarding each phylum from Porifera to the mammals with their scientific name and common name you used to remember, and that is very important for your competitive exam as well as for the 1 mark question. So I'm telling you repeatedly, you used to concentrate on examples. How many examples are there? They are given in your book. Those many examples you have to remember, must and should. That is difficult, but you used to what we are going to call it, practice it, remember it, write down write down it on a separate page and remember those things. Understood? Adra common name ಏನೈತಿ, ಅನಂತರ ಅದರ scientific name ಏನೈತಿ, ಯಾವ ಫೈಲಮ್ದಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾವು, ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನಪಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ your competitive exam CET or NET, and also for the theory exam 1 marks question. Those examples are very important. So this is regarding the ecanodermata. Ecanodermata extra ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರ ತಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಕೆಲೆಟನ್ is made up of ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದಾಗ calcareous means ossicles. One thing, radial symmetry, adult, bilateral symmetry, what we are going to call that one as a larval stage. Triploblastic cylindromeres in common bರ್ತೈತಿ. Then diasystem is completed with mouth to the anus. Next one is important character present in echinoderm is water vascular system, that is helpful for locomotion, capture the food and transport the food, and last one is respiration. Excretory system is absent. Reproduction is sexual reproduction. These are dioecious animals. Direct, indirect development, the what we are going to call a free swimming larva is present. This is regarding what we are going to call that one as a general characters of echinodermata. Echinodermata, the general characters. In that you are going to remember the water vascular system. So this completes what the general characters regarding echinodermata. Today we are discussed about two, what we are going to call that one as a phylums. One phylum, first phylum is mollusca, the second phylum is echinodermata. So these are also the important phylums, and the question is going to ask you write the general characters of phylum echinodermata. That time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters with examples. That is what you are going to call that as a complete answer for a 5 marks question. Okay, I will stop here. We will continue next. Thank you.